Did you bring your snack? Because we're going down the rabbit hole. Remember the difference between the first time you saw Inception and the second. Think about the layered storytelling and what you only noticed after another watch because you knew to look for it. That's how I feel looking at Taylor's past 3 eras, specifically the visuals. Every music video is like waking up at different levels within a dream you didn't know you were in. I'm really holding on to this metaphor. I hope you've seen the movie. If the eras have been layered dreams, we're slowly coming back to the surface and true daylight, right? But the whole time we're in each layer, it has to feel real enough to be believable. Can't set off the alarms too early. Because when you zoom out and look at Taylor's last 3 eras and think of her job as a storyteller and CEO of the brand, it starts to feel less like the perfect love story and more like intentional story staging. Taylor has said her life is planned years in advance. Add on her comments about multi-year planning and wanting to write a sports story. It's not a huge leap to imagine she wrote a long-formed story, cast herself as the lead, and started living it in real time. Whether you buy the whole theory or not, go through the thought exercise. See what happens when you look at the eras with this lens. There's always been a difference between Taylor Swift the person and Taylor Swift the brand, and that gap has only widened with time. The theory I'm talking about argues that during lockdown, Taylor designed the next iteration of the brand, determined the intent of the next few albums, what she needed them to do, and the persona that would publicly represent that art, including whatever public-facing story she'd have to sell, so it felt believable. Remember Inception. If it feels like we've never left Midnights, it's because we haven't. Not really. You're hearing the same story, just with different settings and characters. Why do you think the fan edits go so hard? The visuals mirror and build. But it's not just the music. Think about everything we've gotten, especially after 2022. How many public contradictions that feel intentional, like she's daring you to notice the seams in her story. And the showgirl has the most staging of all, breaking the fourth wall and showing she's a character, a role that exists for this dream layer. She's an exaggerated persona, but she's still telling the real story, what it felt like to live this role. Midnights was more than an album. It wasn't just a sound or a brand reset after Evermore. It was the stage Taylor built for this entire dream and all of its layers. This play within a play is just the most recent producer credit for Taylor. But storytellers don't just change scenes. They have to transition the audience to the next chapter. And with this layer jump specifically, she needed the visuals to do some heavy lifting. Number 1, reinforce the reason. Act as a reminder of why she's doing the performance art to begin with. And number 2, bridge the eras. We're coming directly off the documentary, and I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, but where she needs the audience to go back to is the storyline after we left Karma. And that's where the fate of Ophelia came in. She's dancing through decades, generations of performers. It's the showgirl lineage without saying the word. History's repeating, not just for the character, Kitty, but the actor, Taylor, and every life she represents. And so she bridged the eras. Which catches us up to the next chapter in the story. So by the time Opalite opens with this infomercial framing, our brains are already primed to watch how the story evolves on this dream layer. And the kick looks easy, a simple spray. But if we're still inside a dream layer, then this isn't just a product pitch. So it's actually being sold. And that's where we'll pick up next.